Hey, welcome back. So I'm going to go over the clavicle and the scapula with you. The clavicle is commonly called the collarbone. In lab, we're going to call it the clavicle. It is this bone here. You can see that bone. There's a hump right here, and you can feel it or see it. It's that one there. It's going to end up fusing to that manubrium of the sternum. So here's your bone. You have two ends that you have to know. So it's the clavicle, the ends that you have to know. There is one end that is more like a door handle, right? So you can see how it's kind of door handle-like, right? And then you have this other end that's more knobby. So I think of it more like a doorknob, right? And these are the ends of the bone. The more door handle type end here is lateral. This is the end that actually fuses to the sternum. So this end is lateral, so we call it the lateral end, or you can name it off of what it's attaching to. So what it attaches to is this structure here on this bone. And what is this bone? This is your scapula. So this is the shoulder blade. And so the shoulder blade has a structure here known as the acromion, or the acromial process. And that's what this ends up attaching to. So acromial end, lateral end. Don't get it confused with ribs. The ribs have an anterior end and a posterior end. The clavicle has medial lateral. So that's this part. On this end, that's the knobby end. This end is going to be your medial end. It's also known as your sternal end because it attaches to the sternum. Simple. And what's the bone? The bone's the clavicle. Let's look at the shoulder blade though. So we're not going to call it a shoulder blade. What do we say? We're going to call it the scapula. The scapula, the way I remember this is that there's two rules. You're going to keep your G's and your C's together. When you write a G, it looks kind of like a C when you do the capitalization. So your G's and your C's stay together with this bone. It's rule number one. Rule number two, not sure I can say it on YouTube, but you have to keep your ASS together. Just listen to me. Keep your ASS together. G's and C's together, ASS together. All right, here you go. You see where I already have a sticker here for number 3? Maybe it looks like an M to you. Okay, roll with me. So this spot here, it's a groove. You can kind of see it there. This area is known as your glenoid cavity. All right, glenoid starts with a G. Cavity starts with a C. Glenoid cavity, GC. The rule number 1 was to keep your G's and your C's together. Glenoid cavity, GC. You come straight up, you're on a process. You see this one? Straight up. This process is your coracoid process. The reason I stress that it's the coracoid, it's the CC process, coracoid, is because you have a coronoid process, right? You have a coronoid process here. That one letter, whether you flip it from an N to a C, makes a big, huge difference, right? Don't go selecting the wrong thing. Coracoid process is going to be here. G's and C's are together. Rule number 2. You have here, we mentioned it already in the video, it's your acromion or acromial process. It's going to come down to this bridge here, which is your spine. See that? And the whole bone is your scapula. So your ASS. G's and C's, boom, right here, close together, your ASS. All right there. All right, I'm going to show you a video later on, and it's going to deal with the long bones. So if you need to know those, just keep watching.